Welcome candidates of reading part 2 to my secret lair. I have some important information that I would like you to hear about. The following information is critical to the success of our mission. We can predict with some certainty that our students will be graduating into a world that is based on a new set of skills and knowledge continuum. As educators, we need to ensure that our practices best reflect the needs of our students. The model we are suggesting was created by Cravola, Fullen, and Hill as a way for teachers to develop meaningful professional learning networks. The Teaching Learning Critical Pathway model suggests that classroom practice should be organized in a practical, precise, and highly personalized manner for each student. It involves clustering groups of related expectations along with identifying the areas of highest need. In reading, for example, this could mean choosing an area of need that is common among students. Inferring, for example, clustering the inferencing expectations such as making connections, interpreting texts, making inferences orally, and organizing ideas will help the teacher to better address the expectations. Working as a team, either in common grade groups or divisional groups, the dialogue generated during the sessions will ensure that teaching methods are precise and focused. During the TLCP sessions, you gain insight and perspective from the skill sets of each contributor. As Little states, improved student learning and teaching result when teachers collaboratively focus on achievement and assessment, questioning practice, and supporting professional growth. The TLCP is most practical when it is precise and organized. Cravola, Hill, and Fullen suggest maintaining a three-stage model. During the first stage, evidence and data are gathered so that the team may focus on areas of need, cluster related curriculum expectations, assess current practices, and set learning targets. This could be done using report card data, reading assessment data, eval results, reading surveys, or a data wall. Once the data has been organized and areas of need established, the team is ready to move on to Stage 2. Stage 2 is action-oriented. It is where you think about how you will teach the cluster you identified. How will you meet the needs of each student? What rich resources will you use? Which strategies will be most beneficial? Selecting a student or group of students from the data wall as a marker can help the group to maintain sight of the learning targets and success criteria. During this stage, students will engage in co-constructing success criteria as well as the culminating activity that will be examined by the team later in Stage 3. Stage 3 is defined by collaborative marking and reflection. During this stage, the culminating activity has been completing, but it is important to remember that the TLCP process is cyclical and will continue based on the findings. Teachers will engage in moderated marking of the samples, further identify needs, and reflect on next steps. Since our mission is to support reading achievement, I find it pertinent to give you examples of how this might apply to your reading practice. Some examples of reading strategies that students may need to develop are making inferences or connections, expressing personal opinions, using examples from text to support an opinion, or how the stylistic elements of text can add to the meaning. Big ideas could include empathy, being a change maker, friendship, honesty, or even eco-friendliness. This is where you can start to look cross-curricularly. Once you have your expectations clustered and your big ideas identified, you may now start designing a rich culminating activity using tried and true texts. Authentic and meaningful culminating activities should connect to the world outside the classroom, promote metacognition and reflection, and be differentiated. It is important for the success of your students that they are engaged in the process and product. This begins with the co-creation of success criteria and motives, using technology to hook them and using teaching strategies that show that you know your students and their needs. I leave you with one final thought as we work toward our mission of saving our schools. During the process, it is important to maintain professional and respectful dialogue. Come prepared to the sessions with questions and samples and an eagerness to learn from the knowledge on your team. Your devotion to student success is making a difference.